Alright, y'all, we back with another one. This High Time Reviews. We doing Snowfall, Season 6, Episode 1 and 2. Look. Fallout. Shit, that's the episode name for Episode 1. And then we got the Sit Down as the name for Episode 2. So, we open the show finding out that this young girl's father was basically a victim of the war between Franklin and Louis. Like, and then Jerome, to me, is just an innocent bystander in the whole thing. Like, so
random gang shooting. Those two were executed. Do you want to tell me what the hell is going on or not? Hey, where the victims at? Victims? Yeah, that interrogating us when you go over there.
See, you got Veronique and Franklin basically talking about how there's no way for them to actually get that money back that he took from him. So he like, especially considering it was government, government funded, I don't think it's going to be as easy for us to get it back. As Teddy ass is on the motherfucking, he's losing his fucking mind because he done lost his little girlfriend. He want everybody to care about him losing his girlfriend and nobody cares. Like, nobody. Right after that, you got Jerome and Louis basically in an empty ass fucking money room in Stash House, calculating that Franklin and took $3.4 million worth of shit from them.
I ain't sure yet. 3 million? Maybe more. We both know who did this. How you want to handle it?
Talk to the boy.
Boy.
So, Louis like, what the fuck is you gonna do about this? And Jerome like, look, I talked to the boy. She like, talk to him. Talking about this grown man shit. Here's the thing. Don't try to make him feel like less of a man because he's not really ready to fucking shed blood with his own family. Like, Louis, you only feel that way because that's not your legit relative. Like, but moving right along. So right after that, you got Franklin and Veronique pulling up to, the new stash spot. Now, let me tell you something about the new track.
Where's this?
Stash House.
Since when?
Since Peaches fucked my last one.
Because, first of all, he pulled into some garage. He had a keypad door entry. It sounded like a safe when he opened the motherfucking door to the shit. And then it was a double layer. So you walk in and you think what you see is what it is. And then he opens another door and it's like motherfucking 300 something keys or something in that bitch. So Veronique basically telling him like, I didn't know part of your plan was basically robbing from your family. Like, he like, look, I was in a bind, I needed this, and they stole my fucking plug, so what you want me to do? So now he basically trying to figure out a way to clean the money that he done stole from them. So Veronique is like, nigga, I hope you're not asking me what I think you're not asking me. Like, I don't like fucking with my mother, and now you basically putting me right back in bed with her. And I mean, she got a point. Like, if she got a past that she trying to leave alone, like, and Franklin is basically like pushing her into it by making her deal with her mother, that's crazy. Like, Frank, bro, she don't really fuck with her mother. Like, her mother's clearly a weirdo. Like, so he ended up thinking like, look, we can probably get it done in a bank in Miami. So now Veronique like, we didn't have to rob Louis and Jerome. She like, we could have built this whole thing back up. And he like, I'm not starting from the bottom, basically. He like, I'm not starting from the bottom. So you're not about to have me feel like what's going on right now ain't a priority. It is. He like, we need to figure out a way to clean this fucking money. And that's it. Like, and she ends up, once she see the second room full of dope, she like, look, Franklin, get me the fuck out of here. And I'm like, damn, I thought you was a G, Veronique. I thought you was a G. Why you gotta get you? You seen too much? I mean, she is a pregnant woman. She probably don't need that type of stress in her life. But I'm just saying, like, Frank, like, she knew what she signed up for. He told her what he was a long time ago. So it's not like, baby, you know what the game is. But again, she probably think about whether or not this shit going to have any kickback that's going to end up getting her little ass killed. So, yeah. So in the next thing, you got him meeting up with Lester. He basically trying to get as much intel as he can on Teddy, for real. He want to get Teddy because he feel like Teddy took his fucking bread. Teddy took his livelihood. And my whole thing is with the shit with him and Teddy is, Teddy felt like he was getting too big for his britches, so he basically chopped him back down his eyes. Like, bro, you work for me. Like, he like, no matter who you think you may have put on or what you think you may have done for me, at the end of the day, I'm the one who gave you this opportunity. I can take it away. That's pretty much how Teddy was treating this shit, you feel me? So he told Lester, like, look, you had already gave me a little bit of intel on this family. I need you to make sure that those locations and that information is still accurate. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to get this nigga one way or another. And Lester looking like, look, I don't even know if that shit is even worth it. You feel me? Considering what happened to Alton, he like, I don't even feel like we should even go down this road again because he's going to end up fucking hurting somebody else close to you. But he telling him, like, you got a lot going on, Frank. And he like, nah. He like, it's just a game. It's just a game. Like, Franklin do got a lot going on. So, mind you, you know, Franklin new bodyguards is Dallas and Diamond or whatever. So, they hop in the car, you know, take him to BJ's or whatever. PJ's, my bad. Next scene, you got Teddy meeting up with the Russian niggas, and they basically telling him, like, they don't care about the fact that his girl missing. And he trying to convince them that whoever took his girl 9 times out of 10 did Ivy in too. And it's just like, bro, no. But then what they do is they end up showing a flashback of fucking Ruben ass snatching fucking, or at least chasing her, the girlfriend. But the thing with the girlfriend was she was so pressed to sit there and play with the walkie-talkie last season that's why she got caught. That's why she almost got fucking murdered, because she want to keep playing with the walkie-talkie. So like I said, Teddy goes to the courts. He meet up with the Russian dudes. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't remember if they Russian or not, but he end up meeting with these dudes. They tell him they don't want no more business.
Avi is gone.
Our business is finished. Get him out of here. Go.
And they don't give a fuck about him or the bitch. So he leaves with nothing. He came with nothing and he left with nothing, honestly. So, listen, and here's the thing. Javi ass decided he was just going to pop up randomly. And his girlfriend is like, basically like, where the fuck you been at, bro? Like, so they end up at a bowling alley. And she like, oh, so we supposed to act like the house not fucking bugged? Like, you was gone. You come back. My whole damn house bugged. And I'm supposed to just act like shit not what it is? The girlfriend think it's Teddy. He know it's not even Teddy because he caught all the way up with the whole fucking DEA. Javi ass. In a fucking whole shit show with the DEA. I'm thinking, initially when I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, he probably cut a little side deal with the CIA to backdoor Teddy. And then I'm like, no, this nigga got worse fucking problems. So now he about to be fucking ratting on people. Like, come on, Gustavo. Come on, yo. You supposed to be better than that, man. So, again, like I said, Louis is fanning the flames with the beef between Jerome and Frank because she like, oh, in the next scene, she like, oh, yeah, you know, she like, I did the books, and yeah, sure enough, it was $3.4 million he got away with in product and goods or whatever. So, she like, he also fucked the warehouse up. So we can't even load the cars. So he puts in a call to Frank when he calls his motherfucking beeper. And Frank don't take the call. He riding out. He not taking no calls from y'all. And Louis see it. And she see the vulnerability in Jerome. And she see how much this shit is fucking with Jerome. So she know for a fact she can use that as a way to get him to do what she want with the situation. And then she basically also make him try to apply extra pressure by telling him like, oh yeah, we got people that's supposed to be picking up a drop and we don't even have no product. Nor do we even have no money to even cop no product to replace what he took. So, I mean, yeah, they screwed. So in the next scene, you got Sissy and this fucking weird ass KGB nigga, like Ruben. Like, he's fucking crazy. The fact that he was even at the wedding like that, trying to be snooping, taking pictures and trying to talk to people. And just, he's so crazy. And here's the thing, Sissy, you shouldn't even got that mixed up in this nigga. Like, all that because you want to know what happened to Alton? You wasn't even with Alton for the whole series. You act like you and Alton was together the whole series. You risking all of this, jumping in bed with this nigga, not knowing if he really gonna fuck with you or really gonna have your back when it's all said and done or not. You're not only trying to jump in bed with him, but you're trying to have Franklin jump in bed with this nigga? No, Sissy. Sissy, you got to do better than that. No. So the next thing you got Big D basically trying to make a car purchase. And that car purchase go to shit once Franklin show up and they start talking business and the dude can't seem to wait his turn. So he come to him and he tell him like, look, I know you cop your keys from Jerome and Louis, but I know for a fact that I can get it to you for 10 on the key versus whatever they was charging you. So he like, all right, bet. He like, but I know you and Jerome and them got y'all little beef and shit going on, and I'm basically not about to get in the middle of that shit. Like, that's family shit y'all got going on. And he like, this ain't got nothing to do with no family shit. He like, nigga, this is business. He like, nigga, I can guarantee you that with this split, you gonna walk away with another extra 200,000. So of course you ask my man,
$1,000 in your pocket for every 100 keys you move. Hey, this motherfucking math check out.
It does.
Pretty good, huh? Nigga, the price is right like Bob Barker.
and you know, Glasses know that the money right. So Glasses tell him like, yeah, he right. He said 200,000, and that's what it is. So here was my problem. My issue was Franklin prematurely setting up the meeting with Big D for the drop off. He like, I'm gonna send the girls later and tell Jerome that I'm gonna sell it to you for 10 a key because at the end of the day, that's a better deal. And then you giving him a chance to beat it or match it. Like, he like, look, if he can beat it, you buy it from him. If he can't, it is what it is. And of course, he know that Jerome not gonna be able to offer him a better deal because Jerome ain't got no fucking product. Nigga, you're selling him Jerome's product. Like, you know Jerome don't have nothing to match or sell him at a better price because he ain't got shit. So you literally put Big D right in the mix anyway. Like, literally. So in the next scene, you basically got Teddy pulling back up at his office, and he get in there, and he Gustavo there, and he like, nigga, where the fuck you been at? And like I said, Gustavo think that people don't understand that you've been missing. Like, nigga, you been gone. It was 2 days, basically, my bad. And Teddy like, where you been? And he was like, oh yeah, I had to spend the night in the hospital with my son. Woody, whoop. He like, you should have called. We got shit going on. So Gustavo basically is lying to Teddy. But again, Teddy is trying to make everybody care about his little girlfriend. Bro, nobody cares. And she's not even valuable enough. Like, people only took her because they know they would have only taken her because they know she was related to you. Or not related to you, or like had some type of connection to you. If they wanted to control you. Like, if I was Franklin, I would kidnap your bitch. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see the CIA or anybody else doing that. Like, if the only person that I could see doing something like that in their favor would be Franklin. So the next thing you got, Franklin, like I said, he's still trying to make sure he can solidify all his money coming in. He ends up going to the hospital where Kane at, and he basically asking how Kane going, and you know, they telling him like Kane not doing too good. But Frank straight get the business, and he like, look, Kane a warrior, but I need to make sure that y'all going, you know, still copy his keys, basically. So the nigga like basically telling him like, Leon gone, Leon went to Africa with Wanda, woody whoop. I want you to know that you can cop what you was copping from Leon from
No,
me.
you was buying from him. I want you to know I'm gonna step up, take his place. Look, this ain't the time. I mean, fuck. Your family is the reason he in there to begin with. I hear you. And I am sorry, truly. But if you want to hurt Jerome and Louie, there's a few ways to do it. But a big one is to fuck with their business.
He's telling him like, this ain't the time. And the fact that your family is even the reason that he in that fucking hospital bed is crazy enough. And he like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry that that's the case. But the one way you can hurt them too is fucking with their business. So like I said, when you're ready, hit me. Yeah, we can talk about this business. I'm like, shit, man. Frank got chill. Frank definitely got chill. He really did. He up in the people fucking hospital beds trying to sling the product. It's just not a good play. Louis basically ends up having to tell Teddy in the next scene that they was robbed. And Franklin robbed them. She tells them that Franklin told her that he got robbed. So he used him. And Teddy looking at Louis like he fucking dumb because he know that all of this shit is a result of what he did to Franklin.
We were robbed.
By who?
Franklin.
Franklin robbed.
Yeah. Somebody cleaned him out, all his accounts. He needed a life raft. Apparently we rich.
Had he never took Franklin money when Franklin was trying to go clean, and Louis wouldn't have never went behind his back and tried to get the plug because she knew Franklin was trying to get out the game, none of this would have happened. If they would have gave Franklin his money, it would have been all to the good. So Louis, like, not on top of that, she like, on top of that, I need this product on the arm because he took everything, basically. So, of course, Teddy feeling guilty, he ended up giving her exactly what he wanted. Yeah, as you should have, sir. As you should have. You set this whole shit up. Like, you made this a whole thing. And the next thing, you got Frank and Veronique basically still beefing about him asking her to help him move that money. Girl, is you with it or not? Is you with it or not? Like, I'm not about to sit here and keep beating around the bush and tiptoeing. Bitch, you my baby mother. You about to be my wife. Is you with it or not? Help me move this money. I hate it. And I understand you don't fuck with your mother. And that's the case and all of that. But come on. Come on. So, of course, Jerome and Big D end up meeting up. And he like, so what you tell him? You know, he like, look, I know you know I'd rather buy from you, but the price is what the price is, and I can't beat that price. And Jerome end up telling him, like, you know why he's able to sell you that shit for that price is because he stole it from me.
OG, you know why he's able to sell you them birds so cheap? Stole them from us. Look, like I told you, little motherfucking nephew, I ain't trying to get in the middle of no family shit. I'm just trying to get my bread.
He like, again, like I told Frank, I ain't got shit to do with that. And Jerome like, oh, you must have already copped them keys or whatever. He like, nah, look, the shorty's supposed to drop him off tonight. And I'm like, why the fuck would he tell him that? Why would he tell him that? So in my mind, he basically set it up without setting it up or without even thinking he set it up. You feel me? Like, why'd you tell Jerome anything for real? Besides, match it or better. Like, you ain't even had to go into all that extra shit, but I feel like that was Big D trying to get in the middle of whatever they got going on and trying to basically get both of them out the mix. For real, because you can get both of them out the mix. You in there. He could be the next one up for real. So the next thing, you basically got Teddy in the office with the CIA guy, and he fucking groveling and trying to get back in. And they like, look, we'll let you back in, but you got to clean up your act. Because, I mean, you got to think, you're a fucking a pile of shit, Teddy, honestly. And, like, you can come back, but it's going to be a long way, and we got to make sure you get everything cleared up, and we need to talk about that motherfucking $70 million, like, because we need that. And I'm just like, yeah, see, I'm like, if I was Teddy, because they don't have no ties to that bread or know too much about it, I would be fucking leveraging that shit the same way he is. They can say what they want. They can think they controlling that situation, the CIA. But truthfully, Teddy got a little more control in that situation. Now, when Gustavo walked in that room, the interaction between him and the CIA dude is what made me think that he had a side deal with them. But then, you know. So in the next scene, you got basically Veronique is gonna go to Miami and smuggle the money for him. And I'm just like, bitch, if he was gonna do all of that, why'd you do all that beefing about it in the first place? Like, you knew you was gonna do it. I just don't understand why you made all that fuss. And Franklin was more so shocked about what she had on. She had on this skimpy ass little red dress. Honestly, she never looks cute to me. She never looks cute to me. So it didn't matter what she really had on. And Frank acting like, ooh, my whole issue with Louis and this nigga that he's a dope fiend. He not gonna be able to be trusted after a while. He not. Like, they want to keep trying to think that he got connections, this, that, and the third. He ain't really got no, like, he not even a fucking cop no more. He took that nigga badge. He's fucking trash, bro. He trash. And Jerome basically think that applying pressure to a dope fiend is gonna make it work. No, that's gonna have him in the corner smoking more dope, getting higher just because he gonna be fucking scared of y'all. Like, no. Franklin finally called Jerome back, and he like, look, I don't want things.
Like, went to Louis and asked for help.
Oh, you gonna blame it all on us now?
Your wife went behind my back and stole the plug, and that's business. But I show up and take back what I made you and it's Steph. So it's business when I'm bending over, but it's personal when you get it. Is that how it works, huh?
Nephew, if you don't bring back what you stole, you gonna understand how this works, little nigga.
Louis, I asked for help. Jerome like, you gonna blame it on us? He like, look, your wife is the one who went behind my back, stole the plug. So what you wanted me to do? That's business related. I took back what I made for y'all. So at the end of the day, you want it to be one way and it's not. That's Franklin ended up saying that to him. He like, listen, if you don't take back what you stole, shit won't go down. And he like, you won't come back to me, that's fine. You gonna have to do what you gotta do. Right after he hang up the phone with Frank, Louis proceeds to tell Jerome that Franklin pulled a gun on him and that he said he was gonna kill her. Now, that's not exactly what he said. Now, he did pull a gun on there. What he said was, if he had to kill you to get everything back that he lost, he would. He didn't say he will kill you. Like I kill you. No, it was given more like, if I have to, I would. You know, so she all like in Jerome ear talking about, I try to respect the theory that you don't really want to go to war with your family, but I need you to understand the type of person we dealing with right now.
He pulled a gun on me. Said he was gonna kill me. He might have done it too if Buckley hadn't been there. I heard you when you said you didn't want to go to war with your family. I tried to respect it.
If he was able to pull a gun on me and say he was gonna kill me, I'm like, okay. So she didn't trigger this man. That's all I'm gonna say. She didn't trigger Jerome. And she a clown. Like, she a clown. She been acting like a clown since last season. And it's not gonna end well for her. I can already tell. So you got the drop off between Franklin and Dallas and Diamond. So they got the kids in the car picking up the product. And he like, look, I could have had you wait longer, or you could just tell us where the motherfucking stash house is and we could have just picked it up that way. And Frank like, But my thing is, it's good that he don't tell you, because if y'all ever get compromised, y'all can't affect the business. If y'all get compromised, y'all don't know where shit is. Y'all just gonna pick up wherever I say pick it up from. You got Gustavo basically rolling up on the DEA and they catching the whole attitude because they like, nigga, why would you ever come here without letting us know you was coming? Like, you fucking up. Like, basically, you ain't supposed to be here. Like, so Gustavo wanted to get into it because he tells him, like, look, I need you to take care of something. I told this nigga that I was missing because I took my kid to the hospital, so I need y'all to make sure that y'all counterfeit some paperwork for that. He telling this nigga Gustavo he's fucking paranoid. Nigga, no. If Teddy think that he's fucking lying about taking that kid to the hospital and he look into it and he find out, Gustavo's a dead man, because he gonna know that basically he's about to be backdoored by Gustavo. Teddy's going to kill Gustavo and kill his whole family. Teddy don't give a fuck. He don't. He really don't. Of course, the dude telling me he gonna take care of, but you can just tell by the way he kept saying it that he was basically just getting him out the room. He's not gonna take care of it. And then in the next scene, you got Sissy telling Frank off about still thinking that the government care about him. But she's not lying. She's not lying. But also, in the same token, Sissy can't believe that the KGB give a fuck about her. I understand you got a vendetta against Teddy because he made Alton disappear, but you can't think that this KGB dude is your best ally. It's your best. He's not. He's not. Because truth be told, one thing about him is I feel like once he gets what he needs from them, he's going to either go ghost or he's going to fucking set them up and they're going to be locked the fuck up somewhere, the both of them. So I wouldn't even sit there and keep feeding into this, man. Of course, Sissy ends up doing this mean-ass monologue, you know, where she basically talks about, look, are you going to roll with me or are you going to roll with the U.S. government? Like, the one who basically killed your father. All right, I'm with you, man. You feel me? So he agrees to meet with Ruben. And I'm like, come on, like, now y'all basically coming off as terrorists, like, because y'all want to keep rolling around with this dude, like, and now you got Franklin in the mix. That's because he was pressing her. But all this because she want to find out what happened to Alton? Stop. You know what happened. You don't need this guy to help you do anything to Teddy. Y'all could have just got Franklin to kill Teddy. Why would you feel like you needed to go through the proper channels? For what? For what? So, of course, you get the drop-off between Dallas and Diamond and Big D. And the drop goes perfect. Aside from the sexual harassment from Big D, you know, on the girls. And, you know, everything else went perfect. So the girls end up leaving the drop. And they getting pulled over. And then she like, shit, I ain't even do shit. You know, and she like, shit, fuck it. They can't search the car. We ain't got no drugs on us. She like, all right, we all to the good. From the lights, you can see like a curly ass fro in the back. And the first thing I think to myself is, oh, that's Jerome in that car. So of the first one you see after they get him pulled over is you see like the cops like roll up on the window and they like, look, get out the car. And she like, what? Why the fuck we gotta get out the car? We ain't do shit. Can you tell us what the fuck we did? He like, get the fuck out the car. This, that, and the third. So of course they get out. Buckley come out. He like pop the trunk. Woody, woody, woo. She like, you can't search the car. They pops the trunk. He finds the money. He takes the fucking money out the car. Here come Jerome hopping out the other side of the car. And I'm just thinking to myself, so y'all in a strip mall, Jerome, you're rolling up with fucking police. You hop out the car and you say to them, like, tell me where Franklin holding my shit at. So he talking to Black Diamond and he like, tell me where Franklin got my shit at. And of course, these bitches don't know. So Jerome basically said to her, like, tell me where you get my shit at. She like, I don't know. He like, bitch, I'ma steal off.
Still on you.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, huh? Jerome, you ain't gonna fucking hit no woman. He like, bitch, I'ma steal off on you. Like, this nigga steals the fuck off on this bitch and knocks her to the ground. Like, and then proceeds to basically pistol whip her. Like, I'm talking about, like, Jerome lost his shit all because Louis told him that Franklin pulled a gun on her, to the point where he was willing to pistol whip another woman.
She's telling the truth. She's telling the truth.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Hey, stop fucking hitting her. We don't
You
know.
tell me where my goddamn money at!
Fucking stop. Stop fucking hitting her.
You can stop this all now. You tell me where it's at.
To get his point across to Franklin. These niggas is on some whole other shit this season. So that's the end of episode 1 for real. And then we gonna jump straight into episode 2. So again, episode 2 is called The Sit Down, and it's basically all the episode consists of is a whole bunch of sit downs between everybody, setting everything in motion towards a better play for real, because this shit is in shambles right now. So when the show first opened, you end up seeing, again, like I said, you end up seeing exactly what happened with Teddy bitch and why she ended up getting snatched. And she didn't even get snatched for real. She made a run for it. The bitch fell down the hill, hit her head. Fucking Ruben ass stopped chasing her any fucking way. So she ends up walking down the street after recovering from probably a fucking concussion. She ends up walking down the street, and you know, I'm thinking to myself like, oh boy, I don't know what year this is, but you know how they act about immigrants and shit. So it was a police officer, and they rolled past, and she telling them like, oh no, y'all go ahead about your business. I'm good, you know, I'm okay. And they like, yeah, let us help you get home. So Teddy ends up finding her in some, like, I guess some Mexican prison or whatever she was in. I don't know. So Teddy eventually gets her home. Next thing, Louis asks Jerome, how ugly did it get? As far as like, how ugly did it get with you confronting the whole situation with Franklin? And Jerome like, I might have killed her. And Louis looking crazy. And she just, and this is how I know something's wrong with her. She's not even thrown by the fact that her nigga went out completely out of his character and almost murdered a woman over whatever war they got going on. So Dallas roll up on Franklin at the hospital as he come in looking. And she tell Franklin that Jerome did that. And I don't even think he could believe it.
Oh, shit. Any word? Big D and them did this?
Big D must have told him where we was gonna be.
Dodo.
Jerome. Miss Allie? Is she okay?
I don't even think he could believe it. And then you find out she dies. And to me, Franklin was still being a little inconsiderate in the moment because I felt like he still wanted to basically see when she was going to make it work. Like, for real. And the next thing, you got Franklin and Sissy meeting up. And this is where she basically ends up telling him, like, all right, we're going to meet Ruben at the museum or whatever. So then Gustavo is meeting up with the DEA people, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, Gustavo, stop fucking with them. They telling Gustavo that they need something from him, and he like, all right, look, I can show y'all the tunnel where we transport the drugs from Mexico to the States or whatever. So in the next scene, you got Teddy mending to his bitch. And again, why is they giving... See, that's how I know they're going to kill Teddy this season, because they're trying to make him more humanized to us. We don't care. He's still a fucking scumbag, and he still got to go. So it don't matter. It don't even matter. The next day, you got Franklin and Sissy at the museum. Of course, like I said, to meet Ruben. And if I was Sissy, considering she don't know exactly what this nigga is trying to get out of Franklin, I wouldn't be letting him walk around by himself with Franklin, because he could say anything or do anything to that nigga. And he wants to know everything about Teddy, how they first met, what started their agreement, this, that, and the third. And I'm just thinking to myself, Franklin, don't work with this man. Don't work with this man, because you don't know this nigga either. And honestly, this wouldn't be the first time that your mother just been running around doing shit that she ain't no business doing, for real. Truthfully. So mind you, this guy is basically telling him that he don't... The worst part about the whole thing is what he feel like is what the CIA is doing, importing and selling cocaine in the United States. But it's like, bro, however they decide to fund their wars is how they decide they fund their wars. You worried about that, and who's to say y'all ain't doing worse, whatever we got doing over there? Like, what? So what, you're a fucking hypocrite? Like, this nigga Ruben gotta be it. But here's my whole thing. Franklin, you gotta chill, because I don't care how bad the war is. You gotta stop telling on Louis and them. Like, don't tell Ruben, like, oh, I'm out the business, but I know who he is. And then proceed to tell this man that it's your aunt and your uncle. Calm down, Frank. Because once you make it too messy, you're not gonna be able to clean it up. So stop doing it. Like, he pulls out some recording box at the end of the whole thing, and then Franklin starts telling his story. Right home from the museum, Sissy and Franklin end up talking about how the beef between Louis and Jerome is exactly what Teddy wants. As far as Teddy know that we're more valuable to him alive, but he know that at the end of the day, if we kill each other, he could still have his hands clean in the whole situation. He could say, hey, I made my money off of them. I got my $70 million. They killed each other. I ain't had to do nothing. Good to me. It looked good to me. So Franklin ended up telling Sissy, like, I don't even think at this rate, considering we're doing down so far, I don't think I can stop it. Jerome killed my motherfucking security. And granted, you know, Franklin killed a couple of their people, but they was niggas. Like, these was niggas, not no... He act like Franklin pistol whipped Louis. Bro, you did not have to pistol whip that girl. So in the next scene, of course, you got Veronique and Franklin talking about how she successfully went to Miami and was able to deposit the money, and those two are the only ones with access to an account. Why the fuck did she got access? Why the fuck did she got access? I mean, I understand she did the job for you, but listen, he is too trusting with this lady. Her mama a scammer. She probably a scammer. Watch her. Watch her.
You're taking care of this, V. I love you.
You love me? You want to say thank you for what I just did for us? Swallow your pride. Listen to your mother and make peace with your family. Okay?
She's saying, look, she like, all right, cool, I did this for you now. But she like, what's next? Now y'all just gonna keep going back and forth doing the same shit? So he ends up telling her that that Sissy want Franklin and Jerome to sit down, and she like, your mother not wrong. And if you're so thankful for what I just did for you, then you basically need to fucking put your pride to the side and sit down with fucking Jerome and Louis and mend this shit. And baby, this shit long past that. It got long past that when Jerome lost his fucking mind and beat that woman to death. Now, here's the thing. Even if Franklin is willing to have a sit down with them, he got to be able to find a way to call Kane off, because in the next scene, Kane want to know where the fuck Jerome and Louis is. And Franklin got to sit there and act like he don't know because he still ain't had the chance to sit down with them. So he not willing to send a dog out to kill him if he ain't had a meeting with them yet. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking like this. I would rather he give up Buckley to Kane in this moment. I would rather he give up Buckley because Buckley trash. Like, you can definitely give up Buckley and it won't even fucking matter. Like, who is this guy? Yeah, Buckley can go. After Franklin and Veronique had their conversation about how he needed to put his pride to the side, she makes a call to her mother, but she's speaking in like somewhat like, I think like French. So, and I said to myself, I said, I knew it was no way she was going to be able to smuggle that money in Miami and not have to lick her fucking wounds and talk to her mother. Like talk about, it's no way. Next thing you got Jerome meeting up with the two dudes that they supposed to have a drop with from St. Louis. Now, they don't have nowhere to, they don't have.
What happened in the warehouse? Hey, rats! Shit had rats!
Jerome,
What?
Nigga, who give a fuck about the rats?
everything's fine. We just need a couple days to find a place to load the cars and get you on your way.
They don't have nowhere to fill the cars up because of the warehouse situation. Mind you, the dude deaf. So Jerome is like basically telling the dude like, yeah, you know, just chill by the pool, get you some side bitches, we gonna get you on your way. Now, it was the side bitches for me, and I think it was the side bitches for Louis, because it's like, nigga, you don't have no side bitch. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He telling him, just get my shit in 24 hours so I can go about my business for real. But again, this nigga is high off life, high off that killing. Jerome ass is tripping. But again, Louis not making it no better, you know what I'm saying? Say Kane ain't trying to hear that shit about Franklin don't know where Louis and Jerome is. And Franklin like, I'm not giving them up to you. Like, I'll go to war with them all day, but I'm not going to get them up to you, sir. And again, Buckley is the one who shot you. So if you, granted, they might have sent Buckley. But if you really want to get your lick back, I feel like just go to Buckley and kill Buckley. Like, don't go after Jerome and Louis. Like, I just think killing Buckley might be a better play. And of course, by Kane finding out that Buckley ass ain't even a cop no more, he definitely willing to put a hit out on his mom.
I'm also hearing that cop who shot me maybe ain't a cop no more. And we can touch his ass too. So find out where the fuck they are, Frankie.
You got Gustavo basically taking the DEA right to the tunnel. So they walk through the tunnel, and after a while, Teddy ends up paging them. And Gustavo come out the tunnel, and he takes the call. Because originally Gustavo was going to lie and say that he was with his family instead of saying that he was in the tunnel or whatever. And the cop like, nah, he like, you might as well just say anything as close to the truth as possible so that you don't have to worry about him keep looking into everything you say. So he telling me in the tunnel, Teddy like, why you down there? He like, I ain't know we had a shipment coming in. He like, oh no, we don't. You know, one of the lights went out. I'm just down here fixing that. Teddy like, all right, cool, whatever. Come straight to the warehouse so I can rap to you or whatever. Gustavo takes that as a sign of, shit, this nigga must know that I ain't take my kid to the hospital that night. So, oh man, now I'm really fucking paranoid. So him and the DEA dude, they get into it because he like, you got somebody else to take care of that issue for me, nigga. You supposed to make sure I'm good. You telling me if I follow all the rules, I'm gonna be good. But you're basically risking my whole entire family's life because you put it on somebody else. You passed the buck, basically. But again, Gustavo, why do you trust this man? Why any of y'all trusting any of these federal agents? All of y'all is just acting dumb and naive for real. So, in the next scene, you got Kane cousin, what's his name? Yo, with the slick back. I can never remember his name, but I think Kelly from the other movie. Jerome and Louis, like the only way you can get Kane off your back is becoming a part of his family, and right now y'all family is in shambles, so it ain't no way that y'all can even come off like a genuine enough family to get this man to calm down and not kill y'all. Like, if not, y'all karma's going to be shit. So in the process of that going on, that conversation between them three, Sissy is blowing up Jerome's beeper, and he like, look, you might as well go ahead and take that call because you don't know what the universe is saying. He like, fix your shit with your family before karma fuck y'all up. go ahead to dinner, and maybe y'all can fix some shit because shit is just trash right now with y'all. Like, so he hits them with the gift on the way out, you know, the origami out after their meeting with the dude with the slick back. Jerome and Louis talking to this other, and they like, damn, how the fuck would niggas know that it was us exactly? Like, they like, all right, it's one thing to know that we hang with Buckley and this, that, and the third, but who the fuck would be able to say for a fact that it was us besides Franklin? So I'm like, she said to Jerome, she like, oh, you still want to go to that dinner? Because she trying to imply that the dinner is a fucking setup. Louis, calm your ass. Seriously, like, you realize I need to calm down. Like, you're annoying to me. So in the next scene, you got Veronique basically meeting up with her mother at like some, it looked like she then flew somewhere else to meet her, honestly. And it's Olivia Pope mother. The same crook ass bitch that played Olivia Pope mother played Veronique mother. So I guess what? She was a whole spy on there, so I know she about to be about her business on here. Initially, Veronique told her about the job that Franklin wanted to do, and she wasn't too keen on doing the job. But then it was the amount of the job that piqued her interest, and that to me was a red flag, because I'm like, why she ain't want the job initially, but now that she knows it's a $70 million job, she willing to take it. Okay, we'll see how this play out. She also finds out that Veronique is pregnant, and she like, oh, my grandbaby. But again, like I said, the mother didn't want to take the job till she found out how much it was. So neither one of them can be trusted. Franklin end up showing up the Diamond House, and Dallas is like, nigga, I'm out. Like, I'm out the game. She like, we had a pact that if something happened to either one of us, we was out. Take the kids and we out. And Frank like, damn, I mean, I knew you was going to take some time. I told you could take as much time as you want, but I didn't think you was going to be out. Yeah, she's done. Nigga, her homegirl died because of the shit that you got going on that didn't even have to happen for real. So what do you think on the next scene after that? You got Jerome and Sissy meeting up for Sunday dinner, and of course Louis don't come, and of course Franklin don't come. So it's just them two, and they basically talking about how Jerome need to be the bigger person, try to have a sit down with this boy, get shit squared away. And I don't think Sissy understand how bad it got. Like, because if Franklin really told Sissy that her brother beat a whole woman, I don't know if she would be sitting there like acting like shit sweet, but she also do understand what the game is. So she probably do know that he beat a woman and is not necessarily okay with it, but she dealing with it, I'm sure. So, of course, when it's all said and done, he agrees to sit down with him because that's his sister. He not about to turn Sissy away. But his issue is, he like, you ain't never had my back the way you had his back. That boy fucking stole from me and put a gun on my wife. And you think he turned you into a drug dealer and dropped 4 bodies in front of my business, and you think that I'm supposed to just act like none of this happened? Like, I'm your blood brother. And that's what she's saying. You are my brother. But see, that's what I'm saying. People need to remember, Jerome is the one that's actually related to Franklin, not Louis. So Louis don't have no genuine blood loyalty to none of them. She's loyal to this bag. She can keep sitting up here playing the woe is me and the victim and acting like Franklin did her so dirty. No, she been plotting since last season. So I don't care. And honestly, she's gonna get what she deserves. So, not saying that she deserved for Franklin to steal their shit, but for how the way she went behind his back and tried to set up the whole shit with Teddy, it's like, bitch, you did wrong. Like, because I was supposed to be the plug. Franklin was supposed to be the plug, and you didn't want to cop from Franklin, even though Franklin wasn't really gonna be in the game, nor was he gonna be interfering with your business. You just didn't want to copy your product from him. Okay, but now you rather jump in bed with the CIA after you had a whole issue with being in the bed with the CIA in the first place. But the money just too good, huh? The money must be too good. All right, Louis. Veronique and Franklin talking, and Veronique is trying to persuade Franklin to sit down with the mother. And he like, you sounded too convincing considering all the bad shit you told me she did to you. Now, Teddy's bitch didn't sketch the picture of the nigga who snatched her or that was chasing her. And Gustavo got the picture, and he ended up showing the picture to Franklin. And Franklin like, Oh, I know who that is, but so do Gustavo, because before meeting up with Franklin, Gustavo sees one of the pictures from Louis and Jerome wedding, and he see the nigga in the picture because sure enough, he was being a creep at Louis and Jerome wedding. And I mean, he didn't really do much with his facial situation, so he looked exactly the same way that the picture sketched him out to look like. So now Gustavo know who he is, and he trying to figure out what exactly this nigga want from them. And Franklin like, look, you gonna have to serve me up Teddy if you want me to give you any information about this nigga Ruben. And I'm like, ooh. So you got, and the next thing you got Franklin and Veronique mother meeting up. And Franklin, because of everything, he knows she good at her job, but everything he done heard from Veronique about her got him on the fence about whether or not he actually want to do business with her. So she shows her expertise. She lets him know that, like, it ain't no way that the government has anything to do with this because he would have to account for this money. So she know that that's not the case. So she know he used somebody off the grid. So he like, all right, cool, I'm listening. She tells him that she wanted 20% fee.
Finder's fee's 5%, right? Yes, Franklin, but there is nothing typical about any of this. Give me a week. I'm gonna need to borrow your soon-to-be wife for a few days and a couple of tickets to Panama. If I find the person Teddy used, we settle on 10%. And a chance to have my daughter and grandchild in my life.
He tell her a 5% fee is the standard. They come to, once she can get it done, they'll agree on 10, I mean. I'm like, all right, cool, 10% ain't bad, but damn. She really thought she was gonna come in and get 20% of that man money? Yeah, Veronique, your mother is crazy. Because why the fuck would you ever think that she was gonna come in and get 20% of somebody's money just because you know a little bit more than the next person? Bitch, I put you on with the gig. You better take the 5 to the 10. That's it. And of course, the mother up here talking about how she want Veronique and the grandbaby in her life, and Franklin ain't buying it. But again, Franklin gonna also use her for what she can do for them. End up rapping with Franklin and Jerome meeting up in the diner and basically talking their shit to each other. And Franklin is not going to give them back their shit. Like, he's willing to apologize. He's willing to say that we'll have no ongoing beef, but he not giving them back their shit. And I think that's the part that's pissing Jerome off. Like, and Jerome don't realize that he is being gaslit. Seriously. So when Franklin say to him, like, nigga, you wasn't going nowhere, nigga. He like, I gave y'all a purpose. He like, nigga, you wasn't doing shit but pushing motherfucking subwoofers and speakers. He like, nigga, I gave y'all a purpose. If it wasn't for that trick ass bitch you married.
I'll crack your motherfucking jaw.
I try to give you legacy. Something more than a subwoofer and a weight bench. And if you hadn't let yourself get played by that trick you married, you might have had it.
Fuck you think you're talking to?
You ever live?
Nigga, you ain't gonna do shit!
I ain't gonna fucking do shit!
Tell me why, as soon as he said that, this nigga, Jerome hauled off and knocked him, okay? He said, I'm about to, and then hauled off and knocked him again. And I said, hold up, Franklin. Uncle, no uncle. And that's when it all comes back into the picture that Franklin is still a child. Like, age-wise, in comparison to, like, Jerome and Louis. Like, them 2 times, he didn't even react initially the way I thought he was going to react. Of course, he ends up pulling a gun on Jerome, which I probably would have did the same thing. Like, nigga, you're not about to hit me in this fucking public-ass restaurant 2 times like that. Why? Because I called your girl out for being a gaslighting asshole, which she being right now. So he pulled a gun out on Jerome. Jerome like, do it. Of course, Franklin ends up hitting one of them infamous screams. And I'm just like, Franklin, fuck that screaming shit. Pistol whip his ass. Do him a little bit how he did fucking Diamond. Like, you don't gotta kill him, but you can do him a little bit how he did Diamond. But fucking walking out of there and not fucking leaving any type of impact on him. If he punched you on your fucking face 2 times. Oh my God, whatever. So I feel like, honestly, these 2 episodes had to go back to back because it's all about Jerome showing his motherfucking killer instinct and killer side. So it wasn't much with the first 2. But like I said, in my opinion, the first episode was better because it was the first one. And I didn't see Jerome having that massive character flip where he was willing to kill a whole woman over the shit that's going on with him, Louis, and Frank. So that's Snowfall, season 6, episode 1 and 2. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. HighTimez out, y'all.